Yeah, yeah, yeah. We rolling deep across our 10 in the dirty south where the rivers blend from Lake Charles to Baton Rouge. We riding with the Saints under them southern skies. We hustle hard, ain't no time to stop. Drive to the top, it's our time to shine. From Nola's heart, we redefine the grind. Southwest Louisiana, stand up proud. With every beat, we bring the heat, hear the crowd. From Houston streets to Lafayette, Low McNeese. Right, let the raging cages flow. DJ Dirty South, turn it up loud. Marking our vibes, where we make our proud. Get on the bus, we coming alive. Drive to the top, it's our time to shine. From Nola's heart, we redefine the grind. Southwest Louisiana, stand up proud.
Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to a bonus edition of On The Go right here on Driving to the Top Productions. It's Marcus back. What's up on this Monday, June 15, 2026? Bringing this one to you today because this one's my fault. I should have had this prepared 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. That was on me. I forgot all about it, but we're going to do a little week late preview. Second year in a row, we talked the Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators, and for the second straight year, I brought the guy that knows this team more well than anybody else I can imagine. So it's been a while. I reunited with him a week ago at one of the games. Welcome back. He is the on-field host of the Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators. He's also the on-court host for McNeese basketball as well. I think I said that right. MC on-court host. He's also a ring announcer for professional wrestling, MMA, and boxing anytime it's in Southwest Louisiana or anywhere across Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Atlanta. He's all over the place. He can anything he can do better like anybody else. Mr. Bryce Boudreaux, welcome back.
What's happening? How you doing, brother? It's great to see you, and thanks for having me on, man. Looking forward to talking about our beloved Gumbeaux Gators as the season has literally kicked off just the other day, and it's almost like we're almost to the halfway point of the season here in a couple weeks. So we are flying here in this very competitive Texas Collegiate League, year 3 for the Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators.
Year 3, yeah, third time's the charm, and I mean, with a bit of changes, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of change, but we can start with that real quick. Let's talk about this new owner we got. Of course, people don't know, we got a true icon in Louisiana sports as the new owner of the Gumbeaux Gators. I know he was a former baseball player for LSU, and Coach Skip. I know I think he's a part of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame as well. And last I checked, he was the owner of the Baton Rouge Rougarou. Now he's coming on our Gumbeaux Gator team, Mr. Ronnie Rance. Great guy, by the way. I've actually met him at one of the Mardi Gras the Lake Charles Mardi Gras parade when they had the trailer and all that set up, because I wanted to go see the new merch and everything. That's when I met him for the first time, and I saw him again a week ago, and he threw the first pitch for that Rougarou game last Wednesday. But yeah, good to have him here. We got a true icon, a true Hall of Famer himself, taking over this team that we love with a passion.
100%. Ronnie Rance, for those of you who don't know, I mean, Ronnie Rance has been in the sports world like his whole life. Of course, he was a national champion for LSU baseball underneath Coach Skip Bertman, the greatest baseball coach of all time. I believe he was on the team where Skip won his first national title with LSU, if I'm not mistaken. He was a pitcher. Of course, back then he was known as Jumbo, and then years progressed. He graduates from LSU, and what's next? And throughout the years, he kind of put himself into the world of sports management, sports broadcasting, anything to do with sports marketing. Of course, I mean, he ran like arena football teams and anything in the sports world, running pay-per-view sites at the time. I believe he had something to do with Tiger Vision. Don't quote me on that, but it was something along the lines of before you had SEC Network and like ESPN was just for the tap of the phone. Well, back in the days, you had to order, like, if you wanted to watch LSU play Louisiana Tech, well, that game wasn't on TV, but there was a pay-per-view company that would carry it. You'd have to order the pay-per-view. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he kind of ran that stuff. And he had like Jumbo Sports Network. He ran LaBerge and Baton Rouge. He's always been a business uh, marketing, sports management, broadcasting, whatever kind of guy. He's a broadcaster on SEC Network for baseball season. And of course, with ESPN, he did the commentary, which actually went viral for the Sun Belt Conference tournament. But no, I mean, we are lucky to have him. Of course, the story is kind of interesting with Ronnie Rance and the Gumbeaux Gators, the Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators. Without Ronnie Rance, there would be no Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators. This whole idea of bringing collegiate wood bat summertime baseball to Lake Charles was a pitch idea that came from Visit Lake Charles, which Eric Zartler and Sam Moore, that were over the sports tourism area of Visit Lake Charles, our tourism board. The pitch was to ask Ronnie, who at the time was the owner and still is the owner of the Baton Rouge Rougarou, which is currently the defending champions of the Texas Collegiate League. Their pitch was like, hey, look, we would like to bring maybe like a weekend series to Lake Charles. Maybe you guys play like a neutral site game against a team from Texas, and then you have a bunch of Baton Rouge Rougarou fans in Lake Charles. And then Ronnie was like, hey, I got one better for you. You guys want a team? Because this league needs teams, and Lake Charles seems like it would be a fantastic market. And that's exactly what happened. The Visit Lake Charles said, hey, wait a second, I think we've got something here. Like, maybe we can, do a little Lake Charles stuff in there. And of course, if you know anything about Lake Charles, since the 1970s, the alligator, has been very prominent in Lake Charles. There's statues of alligators and stuff. And I mean, there's alligators everywhere, all over the waterways in Lake Charles. You head to Cameron Parish, and along the side of the road, there's just alligator everywhere. And Gumbeaux Gator, which was like the mascot of Lake Charles for years, originally portrayed by Tony Piro, and he's passed away. But Gumbeaux Gator was, kind of our mascot of Lake Charles, and so they were like, the Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators, and boom, the team was born with the help of Ronnie Rance by telling, Eric Zartler and Sam Moore from Visit Lake Charles that Lake Charles needs a team. Sam Moore, retired baseball head coach at Sulphur High School, the greatest baseball coach in the history of Sulphur High School. Eric Zartler, a sports marketing and event running genius. They assembled the team. The ownership was assembled and everything in Lake Charles. And that was at the time, and I'm sure you remember, Marcus, the Louisiana Voodoo was going to come back. And that was a dumpster fire all around, with ownership from the Arena Allegiance of football or whatever. The AFL was going to come back, and that was just a joke. They didn't have any money. They were just throwing darts at a board. And whenever that fell apart, well, the Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators, we're still getting them in the summer, and it's all because of Ronnie Rance. And a lot of people don't know that story, but ever since the first pitch was thrown at Joe Miller Ballpark in June of 2024, where he opened up the entire season and opened up the era of Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators baseball, that ballpark was sold out. And we broke the attendance record for that ballpark where McNeese baseball plays. Then we broke our own attendance record, and I think we broke it again. So it was all automatically like Ronnie Rance looked at us and was like, okay, Lake Charles is not joking, and they got a serious market for baseball. And what if, in a perfect world, I could get my hands on that and potentially buy in to the hottest marketable team in the Texas Collegiate League? And that's what he did. And here we are. The purchase was made in the fall of last year. A lot of ownership was he purchased the entire team. and then he sold some shares to Mike and Jeremy Moore, a local business couple. They run Taylor Aluminum, big time McNeese athletics boosters, and there you go. So Ronnie is majority owner of the Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators, and he's definitely brought his influence in and just elevating our product just a little bit more. And we're here for it, man. It's been fun so far.
Thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, indeed. Great, great words for that. And then, by the way, I think it was Tiger View or Tiger Vision. It was one of those two names I remember a long time ago. And they were so cheap. Like, I remember, like, those, like, especially those in-state matchups, like if it was LSU Grambling, LSU McNeese, LSU Louisiana Tech. If it was on pay-per-view, I think it was only like, if you were a DirecTV customer, I think they only charged like $5 to $10 to watch it on pay-per-view. So we were like, screw it. They only did it like once or twice a year. You'd have to get it on pay-per-view, and the rest of their games were like on ESPN, ABC, and all that at the time before SEC Network was even a thing. So yeah, it was like once or twice a year.
I'll jog your memory even further. Lincoln Financial Football on a Saturday morning, bro. That was SEC football at 11 a.m. Lincoln Financial Football. I'll never forget watching that. And you had Tiger Vision.
And then came, which I only watch it when they would go to Baton Rouge, but like SEC Nation, I would only watch if they went to Baton Rouge just to kind of see, just to get a taste. I mean, I've been to a couple of SEC Nation shows. I got to see Tebow without the pads on up close, Marcus Spears, Paul Feinbaum and company. But like College Game Day, you know, that's the holy grail. They don't have a show than that, and their week one's going to be fun. Another thing too, 100%. And kind of a new look. Like I know they got like new gear and whatnot, new team hats. Like they changed the out. It's the same Gator but they like kind of changed the outline. The outline's black instead of like gold, and they kind of changed the color of the Jester hat around a little bit. I've noticed when I compared the difference. He also got, which I saw they got new uniforms. I mean, the ones we had the first 2 years, of course, those are national treasures. But, like, I've only seen the purple ones because I feel like he's going the old school route. You're going to see the purple ones strictly at home if you want to see what the other ones look like, which I saw a picture of them when they were at Acadiana. It almost looks like gator skin color, like a darkish swamp green color. I feel like you might only see those if you're on the road. So, like, if you ever get a chance to go watch them at Baton Rouge or Lafayette or even somewhere in Texas, you can see those in person. But every time I see those new home uniforms, I guess with the numbers being white, it almost looks like an LSU jersey. I feel like I'm watching LSU with McNeese a little bit with them, the color scheme. But, hey, nothing wrong with that. I heard myself echo. New coaching staff. I know they brought James Landreneau, who's winningest softball coach. He's the new manager of the team. They bring in a former McNeese player. Well, not former. I think he's still a current player. Connor Schneider as an assistant coach. I think he's still with McNeese. And even brings in a guy from the Rougarou, Carl Labitte, who is a Archbishop Rummel alum. And he also coached at De La Salle as well. I think he coached a little bit of high school baseball before he move on to this league. So, glad to have all these guys take over. Nice to see new 100%. Faces.
Oh, yeah, dude. We have a great coaching staff, and I think everybody's on board. And we've had, different coaches every season. Nothing is promised in this league, and your coaches aren't promised because, hey, things have to be done. And this coaching staff is a hell of a staff. Carl Labitte, by the way, me and him have gotten pretty tight. He's actually from the Metairie area in New Orleans, and it was very interesting. We had our media day, and we have our media day at the McNeese Seed Center, and he's our pitching coach, and he goes up there to introduce all the pitchers and where they're from, and he's like from Port Neches, Texas, from Ohiah, Louisiana, from Shreveport, Louisiana, from Beaumont, Louisiana, Beaumont, Texas. He was messing up all the town names. We're like, where the hell are you from? How can you not know these town names? He's like, I'm from Metairie.
Wow, I've never heard someone say Shreveport like that. That's different.
I'm kind of over exaggerating, but that's what it sounded like. I was like, dude, how do you not know about these towns? But we love him, man. He's a hell of a pitching coach. And for the first time in a while, we are, I mean, that was always our issue was having enough players and having good players. And we never had enough pitchers. And that is it's a very tricky thing to stack up your roster and to have bodies, to have guys that want to play. Like, dude, that is not easy in this league, and that's the problem. And there's wood bat leagues like this all over the country, even in Alaska. I think they do this in Hawaii too. They're all over the place. Just in our region, there's like 2 other leagues. You know, we're just one of them, and people don't know that down the road in Beaumont, Texas, there's a team out there. You know, they were supposed to be in our league, but whatever. It's good. Anyway, yeah.
By the way, we might be the only team maybe in the league. No, I'm gonna rephrase that. We're now the only team in the league that could say we are undefeated on opening night.
I never thought about that.
Because you remember the inaugural game they played at the time, they were the Shangoon or Shageen River Monsters. Now they renamed San Antonio. I remember that being a blowout. And then last year they hosted the Cane Cutters opening night, and that was a tight game. Got the win there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to opening day this year with working late, and then the weather kind of played an effect. I don't know if they had to shut the game down early or y'all were able to play 9 innings, but I remember like after 9 o'clock, I started getting severe rain down here. But also the league expanded. I remember a year ago we talked about the league should grow. We should get a couple more teams in Louisiana, but they ended up getting 2 new teams in Texas. We get now the Abilene Flying Bison, who they opened up the season with. So we were their first matchup, and a team way up north, close between Oklahoma and Dallas, Sherman, the Shadow Cats. So nice to have them. I'm looking forward to see these 2 new teams play each other against us again at the end of the month. But it looked like I like to see. I like to see that the league is successfully growing, which they've been around like 2 decades, but now they're growing some more. But I guess they're not going by Louisiana division, Texas division no more. I think it's just like an at-large thing. Like the top 4 just get in the playoffs. It don't matter who it be.
Yep. That's it. No, that's exactly how it is. I loved the division thing, but at the end of the day, if you've got, if you have 5 teams in Texas and 3 in Louisiana, you obviously can't do a Texas and Louisiana division. So yeah, it's an at-large thing. It's just kind of like how it's picture like a college football conference with no divisions. That's exactly what this is. It's an at-large thing, and you're exactly right. That's how the playoffs are going to work. By the way, you mentioned the 2 new teams, the Abilene Flying Bison and the Sherman Shadowcats. Trivia here, all right. Our former head coach, former LSU Tiger and coach at LSU E, Barry Manuel, is the head coach of the Sherman Shadowcats.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. They were in a bit of a pinch, and I don't know what I'm allowed to discuss here, but let's just say the Sherman organization didn't have a coach, and they were like, we're about to be playing baseball with no coach. We need to find a coach. And there was a conversation had with the league's general man, or the league's chairman, and Mr. John Wilson. And it's kind of like, heck, there's a guy that was coaching in Lake Charles, Louisiana that I know that's not coaching right now. So let him coach. And that's exactly how it happened, man. So yeah, Barry Manuel, we will be seeing him towards the end of the season. By the way, I do like how location-wise the schedule makes more sense. Like, we're not playing Sherman and Abilene in Victoria every weekend. Like, we only play them very few times. We're playing, Baton Rouge and Acadiana on a repeat. And then on the weekends, we go to Texas, or Texas comes here. So I kind of like how they did their schedule this year. It's the perks of the league expanding, and it ain't going to stop expanding. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to have more teams joining the league next season from other leagues just like us But the one thing about the Texas Collegiate League is, like you mentioned, it's been around for over 2 decades. It has stood the test of time, and it's been here for, this long, back whenever, 4,000 people in one night was a bad night. Now it's hard to get people to come out to the ballpark to watch a game. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of just an outlook, I guess,
Well,
with our schedule and all that stuff. And then we're happy to have these new teams. Can't wait to have Sherman come in the house. Abilene, I got to say, man, Abilene was totally just mind blown. Like, oh my God, we are screwed. So they just went and they cleaned house and they just got a bunch of new players after their first night, after they got the crap beat out of them by us. And so now they are rolling and they're like number 1 or 2 in the league.
I like a good challenge when they come back.
Yeah.
And
Bring them back.
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And another thing, too, about making it hard going to games is lately all the rain we were supposed to get 2 months ago is now coming all of a sudden. Sadly, they didn't get to play 2 games with them. The second game got canceled. And that's going to concern me this week because I was I'm watching closely. I know they got something storming in the Gulf right now. We don't even know where it's going to end up, but I know we're going to get a bunch of rain throughout the week, 3 to 5 inches, and it could lead to another game getting canceled or 2. And I was hoping to come back Wednesday night with Acadiana coming back to town, the 337, but now Mother Nature might have to cancel it, and I'm hoping that don't happen. But I got to tell you what.
I don't think that's going to happen.
With, like I said, anything people can do, you can do better. Like I said, I've seen you host McNeese basketball. I've seen you ring announce for MMA, pro wrestling, boxing, whatever. I think you could make a good meteorologist. And what I'm talking about is when they announced the game got canceled, I remember I'm scrolling through Instagram. Shout out to whoever does the Gumbeaux Gators is like social media content. I just remember seeing a picture of you and the Gator girls under the VIP pavilion, and then all of a sudden there's a video of you pulling I'd put you up there with Rob Perillo and Patrick Vaughn. You can tell the weather like it could be, and I'm just laughing in the background because the Joe is just storming. It looks like a damn splash pad out there, and you're just doing your best impression of a meteorologist. And I'm like, bro, you can do anything. And I'm like, I might have to look forward to him giving me my weather pinpoint forecast more than anybody else in Southwest Louisiana or even Acadiana.
At the end of the day, you're just talking about what's going on. It's literally all I do is just talk about what's going on. As a matter of fact, fun fact, whenever I was the PA announcer for McNeese softball, before the games, I would give a forecast. Forecast for today's game: winds out of the northeast, partly cloudy, 76 degrees. Chance of rain is 5%. And then Coach Landrino, who's actually ironically our coach for the Gumbeaux Gators, said, "Hey, I want you to start saying chance of rain always, because there's always a chance."
Oh, I was waiting for you to say never.
No. Can't. That's copyright infringement. No, man, and that was an interesting situation. That video right there, like they were like, "Hey, look, we have to do an update because everybody's freaking out. Nobody knows what's going on. Everyone thinks that we're not playing the game. It's going to get rained out. We got to do an update. We need to make a post." And somebody was like, "Why don't we just get Bryce out there and make a video? Like he can talk." And of course, I'm just the talkie, and so I started talking about the weather. And I will say this, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say because I think we're going to be in the court of law investigating this if the season gets a little too tight. But that was not a rainout. That was it was posted as a rainout, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say, what I can't say, what I'm not. But this is a podcast. This is a public forum. And Abilene's the best team in the league right now, and they should have an L on that list. And that's what I'll say about that. The Gumbeaux Gators were ready to play baseball that night, rain or shine. We play on AstroTurf. Abilene did not, and so we'll leave it at that. And that's a shoot, and that's not diminishing anybody. But hey, look, I get it. They're new to the league. Maybe they're not familiar with the fact that, hey, rain or shine, if it's AstroTurf, we're playing. And a lot of people don't know. You don't have to be a scientist to figure this out. This happened last season where we had we had like the hurricane game. I mean, it was a torrential downpour. The field was getting flooded. We were playing the Brazos Valley Bombers, and that was whenever we sucked last year. We only had 9 wins, but it was our first time in a while. We were laying it on the Brazos Valley Bombers, and we're beating the crap out of them. But the
Was there
rain was
lightning?
getting no, there
Was
was
there
no
lightning?
lightning. No,
Y'all could have
not
played.
at all,
Y'all could have played.
dude. Exactly. I mean, it's a little wet, but hey, man, you play like a kid out in the rain. But here's the problem with AstroTurf: you can play on AstroTurf when it rains for so long. If it just keeps on raining, that AstroTurf gets extremely slick, and whenever you're pitching and you throw your whole body into pitching, you could easily slip and fall on that mound. And that was
Yeah.
happening. The pitcher, it was like watching the Three Stooges. Like the pitchers were like, and it was like doo doo, and they would just flip. And we're like, okay, it's unsafe. But we could have easily started playing that game. Unfortunately, I don't think Abilene wanted to play in the rain. And I think maybe in the Mid American League, and I'm not really sure, but I think in the Mid American League, like there's no AstroTurf fields. So they weren't ready for it. But it's kind of weird because Abilene plays on AstroTurf. So it's, I
Any
don't know.
turf, any turf wet can be a harm. Like take it for example, like when I do stats for Lake Arthur football, we don't have a long history of playing on artificial turf, but we've had a few times. Especially last year, we played probably 2 or 3 games on turf, and would have played 4, but canceled one. But one year we played in Sulphur's Jamboree, and I think that was the first time we ever played at Matt Walker, and the game got delayed for like an hour and 45 minutes because it was pouring hours before. And when we took the field, I almost busted my ass running out on the field. It was so slick on the sidelines. And I've been on Matt Walker several times, but like I've never been on artificial turf wet like that. And I almost slipped and fell maybe like 2 or 3 times, even walking normal. Like that ain't no joke.
Yeah. Turf is different, bro.
It's pretty to look at, but it will give you a reason not to have it. Like I've seen athletes get like skin burns and from sliding or whatever. Like it can hurt you. I mean, it's pretty to look at, but I mean, it can hurt you. That's why we got Lake Arthur football got that artesian grass. We got that same stuff LSU has.
Oh wow.
It's just regular grass. They just take care of it. Like you gotta like besides cut it. I mean, like if you got to like I guess fertilize or whatever to keep it pretty green. But like if you look at it far away, it looks amazing. But then like when you realize, oh, it's just regular grass. But like on a far away, if you take care of it, it looks amazing. Like we have it. Jennings has it. Any school in Southwest Louisiana that don't have artificial turf, they started getting that like artesian grass. We were one of them to do that. So like it's really pretty grass to take care of. But I want to pull this up real quick. I do actually have the schedule right here, and
wow.
One thing they've been advertising, something new, and I've seen this at Astro games. One thing that's exciting, especially if you're at a night game, is a fireworks show. Now, Astros, they do firework Fridays after the game. They got especially if the roof's closed, it takes them like 20 minutes to get the roof open, about that long to get everyone in the outfield to come like out of the outfield area for safety precautions, and they rope it off and whatnot. And they do like a little 15, 20-minute show, whatever. I've seen it once. I've been to one Friday night firework game for the Astros for Orbit's birthday, and it was badass. Well, y'all started – this is the first season they're doing this, but instead of after a game, it is during seventh inning stretch. And they just had the first one last week. And when I see the Friday games, unfortunately, there's only 3 Friday home games to have this, and I sadly didn't make the first one. But what was that like? Like, how long did the fireworks show last being in the 7th inning? I figured maybe it was like 2 minutes, or explain what that scenery was like for the first Friday night firework during the 7th inning stretch.
I thought it wasn't going to end. It was supposed to be 10 minutes long. Sorry, what am I saying? 10 minutes long, 5 minutes long. And it was like a little, it was 5 minutes long, but I mean, it was like, man, is it over? And then they just keep on going, boom, boom. That was interesting. I've never done. I'm lying. I sure have. I have kicked off a firework show. This is the best one I've ever done. I did one in Texas at a wrestling show years ago, and it was a train wreck. And those of you that don't understand, like there is a lot of behind the scenes of communication of, hey, we're with baseball, you could time it up pretty good. And you got a professional out there that's doing the whole firework display, so he knows, but I'm kind of gun shy here because a while back I did a wrestling show in Texas where I go out to do the show, and the owner of the promotion who owns fireworks stands is like, "Hey, we're gonna kick the show off, and you got to go out there and say we're gonna light y'all on fire, and then we're gonna do a firework display." And I was like, "Okay," thinking nothing of it, and so I went out there and I said, "We're gonna light y'all on fire," and nothing happened, and I'm just standing there and Thunderstruck by AC/DC is just playing absolutely loud, and then out of nowhere, beep. That was very
Were
bad.
they popping it like on the McNeese track or at the
Yeah.
Navarre Stadium? Like I think they were parking it far away.
Whatever I was talking about just now has nothing to do with what happened the other night. The other night at Joe Miller Ballpark with the Gumbeaux Gators and Firework Friday was absolutely epic. That was amazing. You could go watch the video of me, and you could see the surprise in my face that as soon as we ended that countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, you got a countdown.
Those
Okay.
fireworks. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can go on my page and watch the video. And you could see how surprised I was because it happened like right as soon as we went to 1. Boom, boom, boom. They just started launching. Yeah, right on the track, behind the scenes, pulling back the curtain for everybody. Behind the scenes, the fireworks are launched off of the track. McNeese State University gives us permission to do that. It's all about entertaining the fans. And I tell you what, man, that was a great, dude, middle of the, into the 5th, the top of the 6th, right before the 6th inning kicks off. Kids run the bases, and that's every game. Like it used to be at the end of the game on Sunday nights. Now that's every game. The ending of the 5th inning, like we literally pause the game, just like fireworks, and kids run the bases, and it is wild. And every single time now I got to do commentary because kids fall over because kids just run and they forget how to run and whatever. So I'm like, "Ooh, there's another one. Ooh, there's another one. Ooh, there's another one." And people laugh at that, but the fireworks were epic. It was cool, and we are playing a game on 4th of July Eve. And I don't know. I'm assuming we're doing fireworks there.
I'm coming for that one for sure because
Do it.
I figured the fourth I got a gig, but I figured y'all might maybe for a bonus y'all could pop fireworks on the 4th as well. Like, hey, you couldn't make it for Friday night.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not exactly sure if we're doing that or not. Maybe not. I think that was put in the works. We're actually ironically playing the Brazos Valley Bombers on 4th of July, just like last year. But hopefully we get a W because last year
and the year before,
wow.
It's kind of been a 4th of July tradition. I still collect those little foldable schedules. And I still have the first 2 ones, and I remember seeing that. Like,
wow.
It's been a tradition here playing the Valley Bombers every 4th of July.
Yeah. Now Brazos. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. And last year we were pitching position players in that game. Like it was cool because it was baseball on the 4th of July. How much more American you want to get? And then we were just not great last year. We weren't. This year, different story. We're actually quite good.
Yeah. The tables turned around a lot for this team. They impressed me when I watched them beat the Rougarou. But I like how back in the day, usually Sundays were those days like, oh, go run the bases after the game. But now y'all did it where it's after every 5th inning or so. When I was there last week, I saw and it was good. And there's like now more stuff for the kids to do. Like I always remember the contests in the past where you do the dizzy bat. You do the Cajun Holy Trinity race where you win, you get Gator Bucks, or they had the dance off with the kids. Or the only thing they didn't do, I think they stopped doing was that sing along, finish the song or whatever it was called. I saw y'all do it for McNeese.
Finish the lyrics.
Finish the lyrics, and I like how it's more for the kids, and especially all the like the stuff in between innings to get the crowd hyped up. Like it's more for the kids now. But even the golf thing, like I remember last year they had the thing for a grown man would hit a putt into that small little hole for a chance to go play around the golf, and they had kids doing it. And let me tell you, when I went to that Rougarou game last week, that was the most entertaining I've seen anything with the kids. From the two girls doing a tumble off for the dance off. Instead, it was a tumble off instead of a dance off. And that kid who hit a nice little strike and it landed in the cameraman's arms while she was filming. And I said,
yeah,
that dude's going to be a golfer when he gets old. Somebody give him a scholarship already and a membership to LaBerge or Cashado's golf course. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
kids.
that's 100%, man. We actually, I mean, if you look at it, we don't exactly do as many on-field segments as we did last season, but I think we've upped the ante a little bit. To me, it's a little bit more interactive. We'll never get rid of the Cajun Holy Trinity race. People look forward to that. It's world famous. We've tried to implement the crazy chef chasing the kids now because he's trying to cook. You know, that's the whole thing. But one game that we've added, we've only done it once, but I think we're gonna bring it back. Is it's the Gator Bead Toss presented by Beverage Sales, and it's a game for adults. It's a game for people over the age of 21, where we have a statue of an alligator holding up a beer, and you get 3 Mardi Gras beads, and it's a long toss. You just got to get the beads on the gator, and if you get the beads on the gator, you get 2 free beers. And I mean, what a great game. Sadly, we haven't had a winner yet, but yeah, unfortunately, the hole-in-one challenge is no longer a thing. I had to retire that. Maybe it'll come out of retirement. We've replaced it with the chip shot challenge, which is more of a cartoonish, gimmicked game of golf. Where, if you notice, you got to do everything bigger. No little golf balls. Now we play with wiffle balls, and it's all about getting as closest to the pin. Actually, is what it's called. So the flag. I'm not a golf guy, but the flag in golf is called a pin. I always called it a flag.
Yeah, me too. I don't watch golf enough to understand it. I didn't even know the Masters had its own theme song until whoever the DJ is in the press box. I was like, oh, they got their own music. It sounds peaceful. It's supposed to make you quiet, but that was about as an interesting night than the Stranger Things theme night at McNeese basketball.
Yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah, that was really cool. The first year that we did that with the Gumbeaux Gators, we did it at Barb. And I don't really watch Stranger Things. I know it's nostalgic, but
me either.
Yeah, I mean, the gimmicks that they were doing. I mean, not to break the fourth wall, but McNeese. We did that this past season at McNeese, and the gimmicks were cool. I mean, the Eggo waffles and all that stuff. I don't know much about the show.
I got concerned. I'm like, I hope they don't waste all those damn waffles, because I'll tear some Eggo waffles. Look, I saw they stopped doing the cornhole tossing as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, logistically, that cornhole board was not easy to set up. It was very heavy, and hey, look, it was a fun game and all. It was time to retire. Maybe we'll bring it back. And it's all about getting new stuff in, because one of the things that people said was like, look, you go to a game, it's the same thing every game. It's almost like, hey, this is coming next. So this year, you never really know what to expect. We could be doing this, or we could do something completely different. Like the other night, whenever we beat the Cane Cutters at home, I believe that was Wednesday night, whenever you were there. We did the first ever sprinkle. No, it was Friday night. The Sprinkle and Shred air guitar competition. And that was wild. We had the kids going out there doing air guitar competition. What a great idea.
I've seen that at McNeese. I seen it at McNeese. Yeah. So that was a neat idea too. I remember one of the McNeese basketball games. I think it was for Stranger Things night they did that. It was neat.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. The winner got a $50 gift card to ice cream place in Sulphur.
I saw they've had other different theme nights. I've always remembered the 337 night, where it's $3 beers, $3 tickets
Yeah.
or $7 game tickets, $3 beer, and $3 this. Well, it kind of is upgraded to I haven't been to a Tuesday game yet, but now Tuesdays like $2
Yeah.
like hot dogs, $2. I wish it was $2 beer, but that would be impossible. It was like $2 beers, $2 this and $2 that. Like you'd have to refresh my
Yeah.
memory, but like y'all got new theme nights for like 6 days a week.
Yeah, yeah. $2 hot dogs, $2 soft drinks, $2 popcorn on Tuesdays. Wednesday is a beat the clock. Um,
Oh yeah,
I,
50% off of concession
yeah,
like first hour, and then like 25 or something. Like for when I got there at 6:45, I was at that hour where that part of the hour where like I think my
yeah.
concession was like 15% off or something. Like my beer was like $4, and I
Cool.
was waiting,
Yeah,
and
dude.
then I was waiting for a free beer, but no one struck out to get a free beer.
Beer batter. We had a beer batter strike out. We played the Rougarou, and the beer batter struck out. We have a whole beer batter alarm that plays, and cold beer, cold beer, cold beer. That song plays. It's pretty dope. I will say this one thing that we definitely have changed the game and improved on. Uh, you can get your concessions quicker now than ever. We have multiple drink stations, multiple places where you can get something to drink, something to eat. There was a thing about the burgers last year and whatever. This year we've got fried chicken tenders and we've
Yep.
also got burgers, and you can literally see the burgers getting cooked right there on the Blackstone Grill. I
I,
mean, and the
I,
whole
I,
ballpark smells like
I like
burgers.
I like how for this since this is y'all's time of the season now, like in the Joe, instead of Magnesis concessions, it says Gumbeaux Gator concession. It's all like purple and white. It's got the Gator logo on the menu and all that. When you look at the
Yep.
wall, like I like how they have that up until when it's Magnesis baseball again, then they change it. So like makes you feel
Yeah.
like you're in the culture. But yeah, that's pretty neato. And oh,
The Sweet Shack. By the way, I wanted to mention that too. One thing that they have definitely added, if you remember for years walking into Joe Miller Ballpark, there was an old ticket booth that was right there as you walked in. It's like a little concrete boxed in window little booth. And that's
uh-huh.
where you could get tickets. Well, it's kind of obsolete because now you get tickets, as you know, on the phone. And nobody really gets paper tickets anymore. It's just not really a thing. Well, that thing was sitting vacant throughout the summer or whatever. And it was like, what can we do there? And that's literally a Sweet Shack. You can go get like Dippin' Dots, ice
Yeah,
cream, like
I saw
popsicles,
that.
cupcakes.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And soda and water. And dude, let me tell you something. I thought I'm like, well, it'll be a couple kids here and there. No. There's a lot of mamas and a lot of daddies that are going over there with the sweet tooth after they've just ate some salty popcorn or a good hamburger or whatever, some nachos, and hey, seventh inning, it's time for a sweet tooth. And
Did
dude, I'll see him walk around with a ton of cupcakes in the ballpark. It's craziness.
you ever get that snow cone truck you always see at the little league games where they got like 20 different like dispensers
Yeah,
and you can but
Cone
build your own?
Ice. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they come all the time. Yeah, Cone Ice is always there.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
little penguin or something on the truck or whatnot.
Cone
I
Ice.
forgot what. Yeah.
Yep, love them.
My
The best.
my nephews and nieces every time because they play in that Moss Bluff League, they're always there every like week when they have games on Monday or Thursdays or whatever. They're always
Yeah,
there, and every time they're done playing, they look at me like, "Can I go get a snow cone?" I'm like, "Give them like $5 here, go." And then they come up with the craziest stuff. Like they might put 6 flavors and 6, 7
yeah,
flavors in
yeah.
one. They say, and I'm like, "Is this rainbow?" And they give it like some unusual name. You know how kids are. You gotta love them. But
Yeah.
man, I tell you what. You can answer this for me real quick because, like I said, I went to my first game of the season last week. I paid with my Apple Pay or whatnot. I saw the VIP change because one guy tried to hype me up. He's like, "You could get VIP for $5 extra." You might have to help me on that. I don't know if that was just a one-time thing or did the VIP prices change?
And I'm not exactly an expert on the VIP pavilion, but now the VIP pavilion is no longer really uh I think you can rent it out for your private parties and stuff. But I mean, I know somebody that showed up to a game and they literally just like, oh heck, why would I just hang out here all game and sit in the VIP section, the VIP pavilion, or I can upgrade my ticket just a little bit and go sit in VIP. And then we also have a reserved area. It's like the all you can eat section where basically you pay a flat price and like your concessions, I believe, are like free or something. I'm not 100% sure on how all that works. So don't quote me. I know somebody's probably screaming at the camera or screaming at their phone right now, like, that's not how it works. But I mean, we have waitresses and cocktail servers and all kinds of stuff that we've added to Joe Miller Ballpark this season, and just making it even more and more of a minor league atmosphere. And it's pretty incredible. LeBerge caters all the food for the VIP pavilion now, and I mean, it's really dope. It's really cool. So it's fantastic. It's awesome. By the way, I wanted to mention too, you were talking about our uniforms and our new uniforms. They're a little different, that purple when the sun is out. Oh my God, that purple has that gator skin, and like you can see like the little teeth on the sleeves.
Oh,
And
I didn't know
all of our
that. I
oh
never
yeah,
saw it up close. I just seen it from a far distance. Like I saw it was purple.
yes.
And
I
then
mean,
the away
dude,
jerseys
yeah.
was like green and blackish looking, but it had gator skin on it.
Yep, that one
Like,
too. Yeah, if you notice, looking at our home and away uniforms, our home uniforms is purple with gold piping and white numbers, and it says in gold in that cursive baseball team
I
print.
like that.
It says
I like
Gumbo
that.
Gators, and then our
I like
road
that.
uniforms. Yeah, yeah, our road uniform says Lake Charles. So like the home uniforms, Gumbo Gators, road
I like
Lake
that.
Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
City
it's
road,
different.
the city name for the road games, and then your mascot name for home games.
Love it.
I like that.
Yeah, it's dope. And this is me. I really miss our green uniforms we had last year. The Gator girls still rock, and sometimes I'll wear the green jersey, but our Gator girls rock those throwback green uniforms from last year. I loved them because it looked like green with like purple and gold Mardi Gras beads. They were cool, but look, when they're legit behind the scenes, when you have a new team, well, not a new team, you have new owners, and the season changes, and it's hard to just put patches over the sponsors that might not be coming back. So what do? Well, you make new uniforms and new owner, new ideas. As you know, we have a new logo. You're rocking the jersey. Show that jersey, not the,
Oh,
the
I got a
jersey, but the
T-shirt.
shirt. The
Yeah,
t-shirt, yeah. So like
I needed a.
inside the circle, it's blacked out. This was actually
That's
like one of the first logos that was ever made. If you notice, the tongue on the alligator isn't sticking out. Anytime you see the new Gumbo Gator logo, yeah, the tongue is always going to be sticking out. That's the thing that makes it different. It ain't just an
and
alligator; it's a
like I
Gumbo
said,
Gator.
your gator's outlined in gold. This one's outlined in black.
There you go. Different story, huh? Yeah. It's the little subtle details. It's kind of like whenever the Miami Marlins were bought out by Derek Jeter and all those other guys, where they just changed the color scheme from that rainbow stuff that they had, that orange and all that stuff, to now like it's like a salmon and teal and black.
And orange.
It's
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean,
there you go.
see, and a
Yeah,
little bit of orange.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And then I like the new uniforms too. But like, I like how you can buy the old uniforms for a cheaper price now. I haven't gotten them yet, but like, I want to get all
Hmm.
three because it's like the purple one was like a signature home look. I liked it, but like that green one,
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. Gators and that baseball cursive, but it was those City Connects. I call them the Lake Chucks. Those are classically Lake Charles in like one sort of fashion, and I like
Yeah.
how it's just a pullover instead of a button up jersey.
Uh-huh. A little bit of an old school, like an '80s throwback. A lot of the baseball MLB teams in the '80s rock those. Into the Astros. I mean, if you look on it, it's got what I call the Mardi Gras sunrise on it. Those jerseys were actually a group effort. A lot of us came together. I was a part of the decision making on the City Connect jerseys. Um, if you look at the bottom of it, where the tag is at the bottom, you can see the cross pistols, which are on the bridge. That is sadly going to go away here soon. And next to it is the year that Lake Charles was founded. That was kind of my little addition. I also, fun fact, wanted to change the green on the jersey to the same green that the old Capital One Tower downtown, the green of the glass. I was wanting to kind of add that in there, but that was kind of shot down. But I thought that would have been a very interesting touch to the uniforms. But yeah, maybe I've heard some rumors that we might get new City Connect jerseys. Maybe, maybe not. We will see. You really never know. Expect the unexpected. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah. And I'm looking forward to another fun season. I mean, yeah, it'll be over quick before you know it. I mean, I feel like summer's already rolling, and we've been in the summer, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I feel like it's just maybe 3 weeks now, and it's just rolling. And I'm like, I barely did anything. All I
Mhm.
do is go to work and watching whatever baseball on my TV. If I'm not watching y'all in person, or I'm watching College World Series or Astros baseball or FIFA, that's just making my summer rolling. And I'm like, I hardly do anything. I go to work and stay home
Yeah.
or go swim once a week. I mean,
That's-
I'm ready for football season, but let me enjoy this minus whatever. Hopefully no hurricanes this year to ruin it, but
I don't think we're gonna hit by a hurricane. I think hurricanes. I'm a strong believer of we get hit by a hurricane every 10 years.
or longer. There were times we went like longer than that, but yeah, I had someone tell me, "Oh, we're probably not going to get another hurricane till 2030." But what they have now, that's just a tropical storm. That ain't crap. That's just a lot of
Stir
rain.
your coffee with it. Yeah. Well,
Just
I mean, we need it.
a lot of rain to bring more humidity and hot ass weather within the next
Yeah.
couple weeks. Get a little chill. I wouldn't call it a chill front. Just a little nice
Yeah.
touch to.
I will say this. I mean, I love the games where, it is just there's no rain, the sun is out, it is just beautiful, man. It's the sun's going down and we get a little breeze. Look, man, you could play baseball in the rain. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of it, but hey, it, I, you know, look, I
I'll
mean,
tell you what.
even yeah,
I'll tell you what, last Wednesday at that Ruger matchup, you kind of had the best of both worlds with that. Like, it was
yeah.
pretty, it was gorgeous weather. It was really hot. Like, it was probably like 93. It felt like August, but it was probably like 93 at first pitch. Then when the sun started to set, I felt a breeze hit me. And then I remember I went to the bathroom, like, after I went talk to you, before I went back and sat down, I went to the bathroom and I felt a breeze hit me going to the bathroom. And
Mhm.
when I looked, temperature was like 78. Like, feel good weather. And then on top of that, we had the game of the damn century back where we were up 4-0. Then they were making a comeback, and then we made a comeback and won the game by 1 run against the defending champs. I said,
Yeah.
we had everything we wanted in one night, and I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I will say. That was one of the first orders of business whenever Ronnie Rance came in as new owner, and our introduction day was at Walk-Ons this past fall, and he said in order to have a successful organization, you got to have a good team on the field. You got to have a good product on the field. And he said, "Do not worry, we will have a good product on the field." And look, we're not number one in the league right now. Things could change. The halfway point of the season is July 1st. And normally after that, everything gets flipped upside down in this league because a lot of players leave from a lot of these teams. I will say, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, but we have a great coaching staff. We've gone out, we've gotten the right players that have came to us. We are deep rooted in our bullpen, and that is a big difference from a lot of the teams, such as like Acadiana. Acadiana has a couple good pitchers, and that's it. It doesn't take them long, and they've got some position guys out there that are pitching. Just they don't really have bodies. They don't have anybody. You know, and look, it goes without saying. I mean, Baton Rouge was supposed to be this extremely good team this year that was going to win the league title again, and the season ain't over. We're just getting started, but it's already looking like Baton Rouge is just kind of a middle of the pack type of team. They've got some dogs over there, but not all of them have the bite quite like we
Yeah.
do. And
Five
look,
5 more weeks until Abilene come back, but I see they play them again in
yeah,
after the 4th and whatnot. But no, I want to
Yeah.
bring this up. Speaking of talking about Baton Rouge, I figure I got to bring this up. Yeah, Are they kind of like a second rival of ours? Because I feel like their fan base gives you more crap than Acadiana ever would. Because I remember in the background, like you were giving a high update that we won, and then they were in the background like making faces at you or picking at you, and then when they won the championship, you had to wear a damn Rougarou jersey because you lost a bet. And I'm like, we might have a new rivalry here. We're playing for Bryce here, and we took their owner, and things are getting heated up with Red Stick and Lake Chuck.
Well, let's not get it twisted. Ronnie Rance owns both teams, so now it's been a battle of who's the better kid, who's your favorite child, and so he still owns both teams. A lot of people think that he no longer owns the Baton Rouge Rougarou. That is not true. He owns both teams, and he travels back and forth from Baton Rouge to Lake Charles. It's incredible what he does to make sure his two investments are doing great, and they both are like well-oiled machines. But yeah, they're. It seems like Baton Rouge has now become our new in-state rival. You know, I always said the battle between or the game the rivalry between us and the Cane Cutters was the Battle of 337, and us and Baton Rouge is the Battle of I-10 because we're go down I-10, we're right there. But yeah, I will say now more than ever we have a rivalry against Baton Rouge, 100%. It's mainly yeah, their fans will come chirping on our page, and hey, look, it is what it is. I know I have a bet with their general manager, Casey McKenzie, who just claims that the Baton Rouge Rougarou is just so great. Which, by the way, when we went to their house, we had them beat, and some miraculous way, they beat us like in the bottom of the eighth or top of the ninth, whatever. So, look, I got to say this about your Gumbeaux Gators. You can look at the record, whatever. Like the top team in the league as far as hitting goes is the Gumbeaux Gators. Top in the league as far as pitching goes, Gumbeaux Gators are right up there. The only thing that has got us is our record. And by the way, our record, just about all of our road games, we've been on the ropes towards the very end, and then we lose. We've only had, I think, maybe one blowout, and that was at home blowout against Baton Rouge. And like that was it. We've done exceptionally okay, and there's always room for improvement. And this team is just going to get better once we all start gelling. And we've got some dogs on the way, some ball players that are going to be in the second half coming in after July 1st. So it's something to look forward to. But yeah, the rivalry with Acadiana is still hotter than hell. I learned that whenever I went to the road game this past week in Acadiana. It seems like their fans are fans of mine too. And yeah, so I got a little chirpiness from their section of basement dweller, mama's boy losers that apparently fans of mine know a lot about me, a lot more than they should. So they love me though. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, man,
We're
it's hot.
we're
It's hot.
first. We're first in like. I mean, we're first in stuff we probably shouldn't be first in. Like we're first in hit by pitches, or we're first in caught stealing, whatnot. But I mean, there's good stuff. We're first in the league hit in triples. We're first in the league in total bases, and we're first in the league on slugging percentage. So that's good.
There you
That's
go.
good to know.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, we have a good ball team. It's baseball, it's unpredictable, and like this past weekend we went to Victoria, we went to their house, and we literally had them beat on Saturday nights. We come back, and I think Aiden Sunday is his name, hit a grand slam. We came back, and the game was basically won. And then Victoria ties it up, and then they scored the extra run in the bottom of the ninth to win the game, and that was it. Look, we've been on the ropes with all these teams, and the hopes is that we can get playoff eligible. Whether it's it's kind of similar to how it was last season or the season before with the divisions, first half, second half of the season. It goes by the first half of the second half. If you're in the top four, first half, I think that's how it works. If you're in the top four first half, and then if you're in like the top four of the second half, you're playoff eligible, if I'm not mistaken. And that's how it's going to go. So it's going to be exciting. It's another exciting season in the Texas Collegiate League, and we are up and running, and we are rocking and rolling. By the way, I wanted to mention this, and I didn't know this, but our games, our home games, you can listen to our home games on the ESPN 103.7 or 104.5. I forget the affiliate number in Lake Charles, but you can listen to our games on the air. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Mark Young and Pat Neck are our official broadcasters for the game, and then of course they also covered the television broadcast on TCL Network. So yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
fun
good.
stuff.
I'm gonna have to look into that, especially if I can't make a game or if y'all on the road, if they travel on the road too, I can listen to it if they're on the road as well. But yeah, I'm gonna look into
I,
that.
I don't think our road games are on the air because we don't have radio for road games. Or TV is the other team's broadcast. But yeah, definitely you can watch all of our games. If you can't make it to a game, you can watch all of our games on the TCL network. You should just like the MLB network, you go to the TCL website, Texas Collegiate League, and you can buy a subscription. Or if you just want to watch one game specifically, you can buy the access to that game. And if there's really a game you want to watch, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, man, this was fun. Thank you again for coming on. We were able to beat the bad weather trying to screw our network up or mess with your camera angle and freeze you up again. But this was fun. Thank you again, as always. I look forward to seeing you at more games and whatnot, keeping the crowd going. But where can they find you on social media?
You can find me Bryce_Boudreaux on Facebook. Sorry, Bryce_Boudreaux on Instagram and Bryce Boudreaux on Facebook. You can follow Lake Charles's hometown team, your Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Just look up Gumbeaux Gators. And of course, you can visit our website, Lake Charles Gumbeaux Gators. Buy merchandise, check out our schedule, learn more about our team, look at our roster, and all kinds of other fun stuff involving the team and our schedule. And don't forget, we play at home every week. We've got 2 home games this week against the Acadiana Cane Cutters, both Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Rain or shine, we are playing baseball. And we've got all of our great specials, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We do not play on Monday nights. But yeah, come check us out. We are rapidly growing, and our Gator country, our great fan base, is rapidly expanding, and we couldn't appreciate it more. And my 3rd season with the organization, couldn't be any more happier. And yeah, go Gators.
Exactly. This was fun. Thank you again. I will catch you later. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all Thursday night on my usual show. Thank y'all. Take it easy, man. I'll see you Wednesday night. If weather don't get in effect, I will be there.
Bring it. Let's go.